Food and water is the key. You'll never have to stand in a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never have to go to the Superdome and beg for FEMA to take care of your family in any emergency if you simply prepare. No one is going to take care of your family in the final equation but you. You know eFoodsDirect.com is still able to ship storable food that's safe from E. coli, salmonella, genetic alteration, or Chinese imports. And they do it at almost half the cost of last year's grocery prices. Call 1-800-409-5633. Or on the web, go to eFoodsDirect.com. Visit eFoodsDirect.com and look over the fine list of high-quality, freeze-dried, and dehydrated foods they have to offer. Watch the free videos, look at their online catalog, or give them a call at 1-800-409-5633. Again, 800-409-5633, or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com. Take action today. The first step is getting storable food.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
See, how this works is the global engineers, they're in control because they're smart. They're just totally ruthless and criminal. We're a bunch of naive sheep. What they do is they have unfunded mandates, federal laws on the states and the counties and the cities with regulations and control. That ups the huge budgets of the states. Then they get the states, the counties, the cities, every other governmental and quasi-governmental district to invest in offshore investments. And the lie was then they'll just take the profit from those and put them in budget. But they never do. Then the cities in the last few years, it started in Orange County. And then with the state investment fund about 5 years ago, they said, we want your money. And they said, you can't have it. And that's really one of the things that started things imploding. But that was by design. And now they're going to get the money out, and it's gone. Now that they're way over budget, they want some of the comprehensive annual financial report mafia books. And they're saying, it isn't there for you. You don't get it. Because the market's gone down. These companies are insolvent. The banks and brokerage firms and investment houses won't say how much money they've got. Government won't make them show it. They're the ones talking about more regulation to fix it, but they're the banks that are above regulation. They don't follow the same rules. They don't pay taxes. They do whatever they want. You can read news articles every day about top companies paying no taxes or 1% taxes, and no one enforces. Madoff, for decades, they knew it was a Ponzi scheme, but he started the stock exchange, NASDAQ. So these guys don't play by the rules, folks. No one's looking at them. This is their big heist. And the police state you see is to stop you from rightfully going and taking your government over through elections or physically and bringing them to justice. The only thing that can stop them is the people, and Northcom is here to stop the people. Northcom's here to destroy America and bring down the republic. And I can bring Ron Paul on. I can bring Congressman Hamburg on. I can bring Senator Inhofe on here. I can bring them all on to tell you we're under Northcom martial law. And those top generals, getting multi-million-dollar golden parachutes when they retire, and the defense contractors, you got all the low-level troops that think they're patriotic. It's a corporate takeover. You don't work for us anymore. I'm not your enemy. But let's not play games about who you're working for. Going back to Steve in California, I had one more question, then I'm going to everybody else.
Yeah, it was a point of interest I wanted to make. I don't know if you know this, but here in Southern California, we have the Magna Carta on display at the Ronald Reagan Library, and it kind of alarmed me when I found that out last month. If the New World Order wanted to stage an attack, for a pretext for many other actions. I
believe there's 3 copies of the Magna Carta, like there were 10 copies of the Declaration of Independence.
Right, but for symbolism, state, if they wanted to stage an attack, they could get rid of the document, destroy it, and have some kind of
for those that don't know, the Magna Carta is what the Bill of Rights and Constitution comes out of from 1215 and Runnymede. And the first thing Blair did when he got in office in 97, 96 was to say, I am getting rid of the Magna Carta. And the public was so dumbed down, liquored up in England. I mean, they admit most alcoholic state in the world, just as decadent as the Americans. They're like, screw it, get rid of it. Now the police are on the street going, terrorism, if you photograph us. You're not allowed to videotape us beating somebody. We're going to charge you as a terrorist. Now they're busy stealing people's property. They have cameras in all the schools' bathrooms as the children use the bathroom. That was in the news today, and the school said, what's the big deal? So we videotape our children, and now schools here in the U.S. putting cameras in bathrooms everywhere. That's 1984. Very interesting point about the Magna Carta. Very, very interesting. Oh, something else? Go ahead.
I just want to say you're in my prayers, and keep fighting New World Order.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's only your prayers that keep us going here. That's why I dedicate so much time to this. Not because I'm even some wonderful, good guy. I mean, I am a good guy overall, but I'm worldly as well. I am here doing this because I know that no matter what the risk to myself, the cost of doing nothing is too high to my family and my fellow humanity. Because I know what happens to others will happen to myself or my children or their great-grandchildren. And I just love humanity. I just like good guys, creative people. I love honorable people. I hate scum. I hate traitors. I hate bullies. And let me tell you, filthy, disgusting, criminal bullies are in control of our society, and they got a giant spin machine trying to cover for them, but it's not going to work if you stop them.
With food prices soaring to all-time highs, as the dollar continues to fall in value, what can you and your family do to guarantee that fresh, nutritious vegetables will make it to your dinner table? Garden in a Can. Garden in a Can is your source for premium, long-term storable seeds. Garden in a Can is ready when you are. Plant them now or store them for when you really need them. There are 16 large, hermetically sealed, non-hybrid, open-pollinated packets of seeds, along with detailed planting instructions sealed in a can for ultimate long-term protection. Garden in a Can. It's that simple, fresh, healthy, easy. Only $69.95 for over a half acre of safe, fresh vegetables, ready when you are. Stop procrastinating and start preparing with Garden in a Can. For more details, visit gardeninacan.com today. That's gardeninacan.com or call 866-598-7396, 866-598-7396.
A day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against this country.
The enemy struck America on September 11th. But who is the enemy?
Bin Laden.
This is his MO.
We have to look to the Middle East. We have to look to Osama bin Laden.
Fabled Enemies is the first 9/11 film to take a close look at the terrorist ties to intelligence networks inside the United States.
Some U.S. investigators believe that there are Israelis again very much engaged in spying in and on the U.S.
I'm aware that some Israeli citizens have been detained.
Bin Laden's connections to the CIA, the hijackers' ties to the FBI, the Saudi Arabian connection, the Israeli intelligence network, warnings and war games, the shadow government, and much, much more. Fabled Enemies. Get the DVD at Infowars.com or see it in super high quality, along with hundreds of other titles at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Silver is mankind's oldest natural antibiotic. This very special mineral has been used for centuries by most cultures throughout the world. Utopia, Texas is home to a small but mighty supplement company called Utopia Silver, who offers colloidal products produced in distilled water without use of animal protein, nitrates, or saline solutions. Because our colloidal silver is made up of nano-sized particles, it can be better utilized at the cellular level, and germs can't mutate to be resistant like they can to modern-day antibiotics. Utopia Silver has a broad range of health supplements, including colloidal silver, gold, and copper, with a money-back guarantee on the colloidal products we produce. For 4 years, Utopia Silver has been fighting in the Texas courts against agencies that would steal our God-given rights of healthcare and freedom of speech. Visit us today at utopiasilver.com. That's UTOPIA silver.com, or call 888-213-4338, 888-213-4338, and help us win this battle.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Okay, going back to your calls. Steve had one more point he wanted to make. Go ahead and make it. Oh, he dropped off. Okay, Michael in North Carolina, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex. I've got 3 short questions for you. The first question has to do with the economy. Real quickly, I'm a would-be federal government employee, a public planner, And I'm pretty seriously concerned with how community governments are being directed. For instance, it's hard for me to believe that particularly people in government are so stupid that they can't predict the fall of the value of the dollar in the face of a lot of common sense analysis and prediction.
Sir,
including